Hello everyone and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video. Today we are looking at Game 2 between ColonelKoenig and Hubert Finglebum. If you haven't seen Game 1, it was a great game. Go check it out. And now we're ready for Game 2 today. Hubert is the one who's playing a division that we don't see all that often with Unternehmen Rösselsprung, so definitely excited for that. I also do want to say thank you to all of you who are here watching my videos and subscribing to the channel, because the channel has hit 50 subscribers and it really means a lot to me that you are watching and supporting. And it's great to see that my videos are well received, of course, because I do enjoy making them, so I love it when you guys enjoy watching them. And as long as that's the case, I will continue making them. But yeah, I also want to say that if you have a game that you think is worthy to be casted, do let me know. If you go to my channel under community, there is a post where I described a little bit more what I think is a good game to be casted and how you can let me know. So go check that out. Also, this is not limited to top players. So you can really do this at players of all skill levels. If it's your first Greenhorn tournament, that's fine as well. If there's a good game, you can let me know. Also, I'm planning a new series. This is aimed at newer players, but of course, veteran players are very much welcome to watch these videos and comment on them, because I think their opinion really matters a lot there. The idea is that we're going to look at some specific games or maybe moments of a game and talk about strategies, the situations, what you can do from there. Like really, we're going to look at situation, talk about okay, where can both players go from there? What are things that might be better than others, but what are the options in general? We're also going to look at maybe like setting up, like look at how someone set up his initial start, and then we can talk about why this might be a good idea or a bad idea. We're also going to look at how well why something works and or worked or didn't work. We're also going to look at specific problems, like you get pushed hard, for example. What do you do now? How can you stabilize? How can you recover? How you can go back from there? Things like that. And the idea is really to just provide you like with a set of tools and give you some more ideas how you can play your game. Now, of course, as I said, I don't really have much to teach to veteran players. I'm not on that skill level, unfortunately, but I think for new players, there's plenty that you can take home from that. And so, yeah, if you have a game where you think there might be a lot to talk about in terms of these general things, you can send it to me and I will have a look at it, and probably you will find it on the channel very, very soon. But with that, thank you for being here once again, and let's now hop to the decks. And we start, as always, with the division with the more interesting units. And in this case, this is Unternehmen Rösselsprung. It has a lot of unique units. It has a very unique playstyle. It is quite bad in many ways, but it has some strengths as well. It is only really playable on a handful of maps, though. Like this, and I think Oceanorth is definitely one of the maps where this can shine. But yeah, Recon Tab, lots of light armor. Some of them will do good against the Panzer II Luchs. Some of them won't really do that. And the rest, the infantry is basically all just snipers, which is, not wrong. And I think most, if not all of these squads are decently chunky, so that helps for sure. Infantry tab, lots of unique options there. You, of course, get the Brandenburger, which is a unit that not a lot of divisions get, and it's super strong. It's like double MG42 unit, big loadout, G43s, and Commando just makes this even better. You do get a TNT with it, which is, I think, where the 35, where like the additional 5 points come from. And this kind of, I know, my opinion makes it almost a little bit worse, because you don't really want to use this, in CQC, because it's too expensive for that. That being said, it is nice because you can put it anywhere and it can defend itself at any range. So that really can help. In general, interesting choice though to bring only 52 infantry. Personally, I would not feel comfortable with that. I personally really do want more. And I mean, yeah, the Brandenburger are expensive, but the rest is not so expensive that you can be sure that, all things considered, you're not gonna run out by the 50 with 50 infantry units. So it's an odd choice. Also, it doesn't really have anything like CQC in B phase except for the Brandenburger. But once again, if this is your only CQC, it can struggle a little bit. But yeah. What other units do we have? The SS Gebirgsjäger is basically just a single machine gun ranged unit. You have the SS Gebirgspionier with the cherry can bomb, nice little unit there. We have the Brandenburger Pionier, super strong, a double flamer unit, decently sized as well. You have the SS Fallschirmjäger, which is of course really nice because it is a double 30 MG34 42, I don't remember. double MG unit, and it has a TNT on top of it as well. And then yeah, we have some leader on the Burger Ustase. I mean, maybe maybe the CQC that he brings in A phase is enough to last into B and C phase together with the Brandenburger. I guess we have to wait and see. Tank tab, all light armor, nothing spectacular there, but it's cheap at least. Support tab, you have a nice mix of machine guns and support guns like the Gebirgs IG-18, LG-42, and some ammo. No commander though. AT tab, some light AT and a pack 40, definitely going to be needed there, as well as some Panzerschreck. AA, this is of course the weakness of the division. There's not really much more that you can take in there. And then artillery, and you can also, don't think you can take the flak filling in later phases, if I'm not mistaken. Artillery, I don't know how the Gebirgs 105 does, but the K35T is really strong. It has a very high rate of fire for its caliber, which just makes it fantastic. Air tab, quite nice. We do have a lot of AT planes, which makes absolutely sense against 9th Panzer and then just some fighter. You do have some other options there as well, though, if you do want to do some soft target damage. And on the other side, we do have 9th Panzer. Now, 9th Panzer is not really a division that would be my first pick for this map, I'm going to be honest. It's definitely not the best pick for this map in general, but it's not the worst pick either. It's definitely, like, it has some good tools, and if you want to play a German tank division on Orsha North, this is definitely the one that you want to pick, because of it has some really nice tools. It has some nice light armor. It has a decent enough infantry tab that you can fight around the flanks as well, and that's definitely going to help. So recon tab, super strong. You have Panzer Luxus, you have SPWs, he brings them here as well. We do see Aufklärer Panzer Force, and then you have the sniper, which is always fantastic to have because it's a double-vetted recon unit that comes in at 4 units per card. It costs 10 points, so there's nothing really to complain there if you use it as a regular recon. In the D tab, decent options as well. You have the Panzergrenadier G43, which is of course always nice because it's just a better Panzergrenadier, and then you do have the Kosaken Pioneer, which really gives this division a little bit more strength in CQC because these things are just very cost effective. They trade up really nicely, so you cannot really complain about that. Tank tab. Has some good options. We do not see many regular tanks though, so we have all leader cards and then just a Tiger, and it makes sense. It is nicely adjusted to the specific matchup because what do you want to do with all the Panzer Force? They're just gonna either you're not gonna need them anyway, or they're just gonna die. So there's no point in bringing lots and lots and lots of these. A Tiger, on the other hand, can contest the open in the center quite nicely, and having leadership everywhere is certainly helpful as well, especially since there's no infantry leader, so that he can bring more CQC instead. Support tab, nothing special there. MG42, Skrilla, Flamethrower, no commander though, and no supplies, but I guess these are coming in the artillery tab then. AT tab, Panzerschreck, Panzerjäger. Panzerjäger will definitely help against the light armor from Rösselsprung. Pack 40, and then the Jagdpanzer 4, of course, will be hard to kill for Rösselsprung depending on which AT gun it is up against, but it's definitely gonna take some effort to get rid of these. A tab, it's nice. You have mobile wagons, you have flak fillings, and yeah, knowing Koenig, we can see that he brings it with a lot of efficiency, which once again, if you can make sure that your arty doesn't die, this is the way to go. If you cannot do that, you should probably use a little bit less veterans to make sure they have more cards of it. Artillery-wise, nothing wrong there either, but if you're, of course, because sometimes you just need an infantry leader, and then some mortars, SK-18, and some off-map. Air tab, pretty light, there's not much there though, and against Rösselsprung, it would be nice if you can air bully it a little bit, but there's just no real good option here, so it just brings a fighter, which probably going to be needed, and some recon. And we are back here, so as always, let's check out the deployments. Down south, Hubert Finglebum deploying rather defensive. Now I do have to check. I don't actually know. I think it's slow transports. Yeah, it's 60 kilometers an hour of transport. That's just painful. But yeah, so he deploys very defensively here. Koenig going in very aggressively with some infantry, light armor, and whatnot. He's deploying rather defensively in the town though. This is a place where blue side sometimes pushes in. It doesn't look like it though if I look at it. Yeah, it just defends this flag here, goes heavy in the north as we can see. Koenig goes weak here as well, and then it just tries to make sure that he can keep this flag, and this doesn't even try to contest this. This is usually grabbed by red side, but Koenig isn't going for it. Interesting. I mean, usually people just put like a flamethrower or something in here just to grab it, and the new opponent has to put a little bit of work into getting it out. Not a lot necessarily, but he has to do something to get it out of there. So Very atypical deployment here by Koenig. Red can also try to get in here. But that being said, I don't think that, I mean, Koenig is not really, like Koenig's division is definitely a little bit weaker when it comes to town fighting than Hubert. So that makes sense, although he has the light armor, which can definitely help. He also deploys very heavily up north. So looks like Koenig is mostly concerned with countering Hubert's flank pushes, which he knows they have to become because this is where Russell is strong. So he tries to contest that right away. So very strong deployment there, defensively though. And on the other side, we do see a defensive deployment as well from Hubert. So neither of the players going super aggressive, but of course with the slow transport, Hubert has to deploy further back and then push in. He cannot push right from the start. That is an important thing to note. That like just because he doesn't deploy very far ahead doesn't necessarily mean that he's not planning to go aggressive. I mean, he kind of needs to with Vanguard. It just means that yeah, he just cannot go in super hard right at the start. Focke-Wulf providing some recon, nothing here from Hubert to stop that. Orshanov is a map that, in my opinion, is not like it's seen by some players as balanced. I really do not think that it's a fair map. I do think that blue side is a little bit weaker because red side can grab these flags early on relatively easily. Depending on how fast the division is, you can actually defend this as well. And you can defend it to some extent. And blue has really worked to get back in here. You can kind of overlook the town from up here. So it's overall just a little bit more difficult, and you really have to put a lot more work in on blue sides to find flags, because yeah, sometimes you can grab this but not always. You can sometimes get into this, but it's risky. You can cut it off from here depending on what red has in terms of division and speed. So it's a rough one. It's definitely rougher on blue side than it is on red side. But when you can see, I mean, he's slow as well, but red can definitely get into here with a fast unit. We see a little push here by Panzer Lukes, but the Panzerschrecks are in place. Pack 36 would also do just fine against Lukes and whatnot. We do see another one here, so a lot of AT here. A lot of CQC. Brandenburger, of course, are gonna smack everything here. Down south, we do see there was a little engagement. Was there a bombing run or something? I thought I saw a plane. Not sure. Mortar fire, maybe? No. Oh, these should probably just fall. Fallschirmjäger. Yeah, this one has the grenade, but so no AT there. There's a Panzerschreck though that can do well. Pack 36 coming in. That's a little bit too aggressive. It's probably gonna die. Do you see two Panzer 2F? Let's see. How will they do against the Luchs? Okay, same pen. Better armor, so slightly in favor of these. Are they also more expensive? No, they're cheaper. Are they slower? They are slower. That's a trade-off there, I guess. Okay, looks here did die. Something outside here, don't know what. Strumpenier against SS Fallschirmjäger. Is he Mike? Is he? I think he was ground attacking, have to imagine. Or maybe not. Maybe just got it off. Was lucky then. The looks right here will be a problem. So Panzer IV coming in. Not much happening in town, but Koenig still holding this flag just because he was here first, basically. Brandenburger pushing in together with a leader. Ooh, risky. I think that's gonna get spotted up. Might get through actually. Wow, that's hilarious. Koenig sneaking recon armor through the backline, so this is dangerous. Like if you let light armor slip through your lines, that can be super annoying. Is he gonna cut it off? Is he gonna do what Koenig did to him in game 1? I think he is. And then all of this will collapse. It will still be there, it will still be an issue, but this thing, yeah, this is the one with the AP and T, so you can kill the Panzer 2F just fine. Especially with the looks here as well, like 2-on-1 they will win every time of the day. 13-11 now. As Hubert managed to grab this with his little push there, still the looks can hold this off. Brandenburger now in the woods against the Panzergrenadier. Yes, this is a fight you want to take. Against Opinion, not much because then this thing gets damaged. Way more than you would want it to. This flag's still holding though. It should collapse eventually. Well, not if Koenig's pushing back, so I think it's going to close this right again. Unless it dies. Koenig now slowly working himself forward. This thing, yeah, it should not stand a chance against the Sturmpanier. It can pop out here, maybe get a Panzerfaust on this thing. Brandenburger against Panzerkandidat. I mean, even with the cover difference, this thing might actually win just because commando. Not if it's on the move, though. Up north, 14? 10 now, with what? Oh yeah, it's holding that one, I forgot about that. Oh, Panzerschreck could pop forward and get a kill there. Panzer 2F in danger though, because this can kill it. Oh, Pack 36 sees it. Can it save the day? No. Goes down actually, wow. Panzerschreck can still move forward and kill it. Yeah, Sturmpanier versus Streif. Sorry, it's hard switching back between English pronunciation and German one. Streif not winning that. So looks like the Pioneer did actually hit the Brandenburger, and this now means that this thing is very low, which is not what you want with these. This is why I don't like using these for CQC actually. Oh, Koenig regrabbing this, or not grabbing this flag now. Cheeky. Unfortunately for Koenig is not going to get much out of this SPW because there is some tanks rolling up there. He might kill this one though, and it's 30 points, so can't really complain about that. It's not a positive trait though. Slightly. Ooh, does it lose line of sight in time? It does not. It misses though. That's unfortunate. Panzerschreck could move forward. Does not though. Oh, leader gets killed off. This is huge. Because in some places you just need infantry leaders, and losing them is bad because Koenig has 2. So Koenig has a mortar here, and there's of course plenty of radio with the 2 leaders here, and another Luchs right there. So should be quite accurate. It's hitting the Streif and the leader. The SPW is pushing forward here now. These are the auto cannon ones. So more pushing through up north. This one has an actual AT gun, and it's rather fast firing as well, so you can probably kill the Luchs. Cannot kill everything that's there. 12-12. Fighter was called in. I kind of missed what's happened down south here. I should not have zoomed in that much down up there. Brandenburger will probably go down to the Pioneer. No, it will not. It will barely survive, but neither of those gets a kill. Fallschirmjäger, was it unloaded? Don't think so. What's the maximums? Okay, it took some damage, so it was probably unloaded deliberately. Looks like, I thought there were 3, so one of them died. Yeah, something died there. Well, that's of course not good. The Pioneer here is under fire from the Luchs, so there's that. All the armor is still alive. Panzerschreck was not moved in time. Koenig, no, not even attempting to get into this, which is interesting. I mean, now the ship has that ship has sailed because there's the 75 here, the IG-18. But I mean, he could set up nicely and probably get, like, there's basically nothing here, and he has to know because he also knows that Hubert is strong on the flanks. But things are working out somewhat for him so far, so... And with 13-11 now, with Hubert recapturing this flag, he's still holding that one and this one. It's a tight hold here though. Problem is the Luchses here are kinda not doing a lot. These can technically kill them, but it's... Oh no, actually no. Oh no, technically they can. 35 millimeters of penetration. Wow, the 47 mil SPW killed off the Panzer IV. This is bad. Because now everything here is threatened. Oh, Panzerschreck should kill that. Down he goes. It looks like he was trying to go for the 81 mil. If it actually went like all around here, it would have gotten the kill. Of course, Hubert doesn't know that Koenig has based nothing on this hill. Other than soon 2 mortars and some recon. But this is important. Like, the recon will probably let Koenig know what's in here in the open, and then he might actually decide to poke at this. Because he can, very realistically. Hubert targeting the 81 mil mortar, yeah, to strike it with artillery. These are good players though, so I would imagine that Koenig will move this, and then should not really have a big effect if he decides to counter battery this. There is no AA down south, so the Ju-87 will get in. It's hard to tell where it actually goes. If it goes... Oh, might actually get multiple kills here. With the SPW driving directly into it. Oh no, he was targeting that anyway. Could have gotten the Lux as well though. Can the Lux actually kill this? No, he cannot. I mean, he might overpen, but realistically not. Panzerjäger now coming in. I mean, it's fast firing, so might actually get a kill on these, because these are slow. 2 on 1 though. Not great. 14-10 now for Hubert. As he recaptures this flag, and he's still holding the 2 up north. Mortar has not yet been moved, but it has so far not been engaged. We do see a 20 flag filling actually in up north, so I guess he's afraid that Koenig actually has some ground attack planes. I mean, looks like he's using the Focke-Wulf for that, or was he called in to shoot down the Ju-87? Did it go down actually? That might be. Yep, it went down. That was not a good trade because he lost that for an SPW. So yeah, but yeah, now that he has it. I mean, if it's out there anyway, he might as well use it for that, right? Still 14-10. Now, I think this might actually be enough. I mean, Koenig should definitely be able to turn things around in B phase, or by the end of B phase, start mid C phase, something like that. And then it should kind of be an equal grind. Now, he should still be up in points by the end of B phase, so he is at an advantage technically. But yeah, I do think that realistically, I think Vanguard and Maverick, it's okay if you don't get the 15-9 as long as you haven't traded badly. But that would definitely be better. So the artillery has been called in. One of the mortars is definitely in radio range, this one. So the 105 might be able to get a good hit. It's coming after the MG42 though. Needs to be careful because it is in range of the 81mm mortar. Not in radio range, but it is in range. That can get killed off fairly easily. So down south, just reinforcements coming in. None of these have AT capabilities, so the Panzerjäger should be relatively safe. I mean, they can kill it eventually because it's open top with their grenade, but it shouldn't be super easy for them. Now we have 2 105s in. Interesting. And one of them is going for this MG42. So what's the plan here? So he's reinforcing this and then is pushing over there. I mean, yeah, I can get it. 20mm has revealed itself. Would not be surprised if Koenig targets that immediately. I mean, actually, it kind of depends. So the way I see it and why I would target it is because right now, Koenig's plane will not really be able to get in to shoot down anything that Hubert brings out. So it can make sense to kill off the AA because then you can just kill off the planes from Rösselsprung very, very easily. Now, at the same time, if you could also just bring AA on your side and his planes won't get in. So it kind of works that way as well. Now he's going after the mortars, but as we assumed, Koenig has realized, and I guess now he's gonna keep them moving. Might actually accidentally lose this because of how these two are targeted. Because one is driving through where the other one used to be. Maybe Hubert lands a good hit. Ooh, no, okay. The Koenig's mortars should be safe for now. Now he knows. See a nice little push here down south. More light armor pouring in. Can they? What can they kill and what? No, but they'll definitely struggle a lot against the Panzer IV. They get very close range, they will probably kill it eventually. What's the fire rate in these anyway? Not good. This is the issue with a lot of these, like French and what's that, Italian light tanks that you have in some divisions. Like it would actually be, they would be much better if they at least had a fast fire rate, but they don't. So Koenig is just building up some forces here. Hubert has not really pushed there anyway. He has fortified a little bit though, and he's reinforcing. Looks like he's going for the edge of this forest once again. But Koenig has so many units. He's preparing for an attack very nicely, and he has the light armor here to kind of protect this from any further pushes. Ustase did not really get in. Now we see rows of recon, so snipers getting in. I mean, yeah, he has to be careful. He really has to make use of these sniper units as well, because his infantry tab isn't that big. There's something to keep in mind. Also, I mean, we've talked about this, right? He doesn't have that much CQC actually, in B, like, because he brings all in A phase. So Koenig, he has to be careful not to lose it. Like, he has to be really, he has to make sure that he plays this very, very carefully. Artillery going after the mobile wagon, but because there's only, like, there's no leader down here, nothing with radio otherwise, he's probably not going to get it. Or I mean, that's the wrong word. It's just, it's much, much harder because he doesn't really have the accuracy. He has grabbed this one though, because he forced off the MG42 with his artillery and has moved in with his Ustase and Gipsjägerstreifen. He needs to be careful. His leader, he doesn't want to lose that. He really needs them. He doesn't have a lot of them. They do see a nice little push here though. Problem is the 36 mil gets spotted out. Still managed to get the kill on the loose. 47 mil kills something as well. If these units can now push forward and break Koenig, that should do well. Cordile is shooting at the edge of the forest, and I don't know if something was there. If it was, it's not there anymore, but there's a Pack 40 there ready to snipe. With 5 minutes into C phase, then Koenig has yet to stabilize. I mean, it's the issue with all the CQs in Rösselsprung. I have to give it that. Like, in terms of his decision with CQC. Like, once you're in, you really have to work to get it out again. And it's super annoying. Artillery still going after the mobile Wagner's yet to land a hit. There's a lot of armor here and a lot of veterancy, which is definitely nice to see. Panzerschreck here is in position, but can't shoot at anything yet. Might actually get spotted out. I might get engaged by the Sturmpioneer, that would be bad. This armor block now moving forward, you can definitely kill what's here, has to be a little bit careful though. Especially because there's a Panzerschreck from Koenig there as well. Ju-87 going for the Luchs down here. It's going for the Grille, what? Yeah, this was the issue, so his fighter didn't fail to kill and is now forced off. Does he get the kill? It does not. So, I mean, Koenig could, I don't know if he realized that he was going for the Grille. I imagine he is assumed that he was going for one of these, and this is why he called the fighter, because otherwise I would have waited and then gotten on the back of it. I know, like, you lose a unit for it, but you get the kill for sure, which he now did not. 105 is now going after this MG42. So, still 15-9, or not still, but yeah, no, still, we've seen it before with these 3 flags grabbed. Off map now going down by Koenig. This is target rich environment. This will hurt. Like, everything here pinned. So that looks like the armored push has been dismantled. And so far the only thing I remember seeing here that is not here anymore is the Luchs. The Panzerschreck has been spotted by the Sturmpioneer, so it now has to move. We do see some more units pouring in here to hold this. I'm not sure what this is supposed to do. Hubert has moved everything of this forward, and he could push for the town, but it looks like he decided not to. It's an odd choice. Now it's just going to get... Yeah, now it's going to get off-map. Nice little off-map there by Koenig. I don't know if you've seen it, or if you just thought that this was probably a lot because it was planning to go for the town, but... I mean, if he hasn't actually seen what's there, that's very hard to play to recognize that this is a decently sized force there. But yeah, up north, you know, Hubert has done a good job at clearing out some of Koenig's armor here. And I mean, it's not like it adds up in terms of costs. He's lost some of his light armor as well and some of his infantry, so it's not like it's not like he hasn't lost anything in return for it. The 105s are now going after the mortar once again. Not in radio range though, not anymore at least. Ju-87 in once again. Not sure if Koenig's plane is already repaired or not, so it might be able to get through. If he kills the Luchs off, well, no, there's a Panzer IV, so I still can't do much. But it's definitely one of the tools that is important for Koenig. So it's not good if it dies. We do see now a mobile wagon in up north, double stars. So that should definitely force out all the AA up there. Koenig slowly pushing forward. He might need to speed things up a little bit. But I mean, it's like if he can clear out this key area here, then he should be good. And that would kind of be the end of Hubert. Because yes, he's strong up north here, but the center is really weak as well. I'm really surprised that Koenig is still fighting over this so heavily. When he could really pressure the center. I mean, he doesn't know what's here, right? That's the thing. We have God vision, we do, but I don't know. I mean, he knows how strong that Hubert is on both flanks, and he knows that this is the place where he is strong anyway, like in terms of his division. So I'm a little bit surprised by this choice. Also, this front line here should tell him that he can just move in there. I don't know whether. Oh, it's just sitting there. Okay. So yeah, like it doesn't really. It's very, I would say, atypical for a player of Koenig's, let's say, skill level. Hubert, on the other hand, he's playing like he's happily. Oh, gets the kill. I mean, even if he loses it now, that was worth it. Like that was what, almost 200 points worth for a 100-point plane. Like, yeah, that's backbreaking for Kurt. I mean, it's not backbreaking, can still win, but Ustase and Manchugani will 100% lose against these two. But yeah, Hubert is happily accepting the grind and the flanks, and he's playing really nicely there. Like, his south, he's pushed back in the south, and he'll probably lose his flag, but he is far from having lost this completely. And he's holding on well. So Koenig still has to work quite a bit to get back in there. What's this going after? It spotted the, well, I don't know. Maybe it's still going after the Möbelwagen. I'm not 100% sure. What are these now going after? Oh, they picked off a motor half track. Now going after the other one, but it has moved. Supplies are coming in. This is a nice thing when you have the cheap supplies, because they're just much cheaper, so you can more easily fit them in, especially in C phase now. So Koenig's income has been going down as well, and he still is. Hubert is still on a 15-9, so it's not looking good for Koenig. Now, truthfully, oftentimes it takes a while for your Maverick income to really show effect. So, considering that, it's possible that he will now get back in very, very soon. But looking at the map, I don't think it's happening. Like, still, he could easily grab flags in the center, but I think he's lost too many units, especially up north. Like, this is where he really lost the meat grinder there. The very cheap 47mm cannon cars, armored cars here did really well that Hubert had. He killed the two tanks here. He killed off other tanks there as well with his AT guns. Down south now, though, things are looking decently well for Koenig. We see a massive blob of infantry just pushing forward. I mean, he will 100% grab all of this with that. Like, that's a very overwhelming force there. He has to be a little bit careful. Oh, is that a Luchs that just died? The problem is if they're bunched up, they're gonna both take damage from the Brandenburger. Brandenburger moves back though, because he can't win now, which is true. So Koenig about to grab all of this. The problem is it's just maybe a little bit too late, because now he only has 4 minutes left. Now this of course will go, like this number of course will change as soon as he re-grabs one flag, but he still won't have that many tickets left. And like still, the flags in the open are contestable. He just needs to set up a little bit of support here and push in. But he's not really doing that. I'm really surprised. And Hubert is reinforcing, like he's trying to ensure that this flag stays on his side. He has put that there so that he cannot just drive in like a YOLO move and try to grab this. Ju-87 class is now in. The one up north did go for something, I don't know what. Down south, it doesn't get through. I think it was going for the Panzer IV. No, just pins. But yeah, Koenig now overwhelming Hubert here, and he brings it back to 1410. Hubert loses one of his cluster planes. That's bad. At this point, he cannot really easily replace these losses, and they are a key unit for him. Panzer IV here gonna kill off the Panzer IIF. This is gonna be very big, because now he can basically start encircling this. And, I mean, what else is here to stop this? Does this have AP? No, it has not. So yeah, nothing here can stop that. Pack could, but it's out of position. This one's gonna die here as well. Strumpenier just moving in, and Flag just barely hold by the 20 mil, but it's going to go down soon. And then, I mean, Koenig could also go and grab this one probably. Like, very realistically, these are not going to hold on well. So that could bring him back to 12-12. Then he still has plenty of time to push back. And if you look at the map now, things look a lot better. Like, Koenig has traded well down south. He has cleared out Hubert's forces there very, very nicely. And should be able to grab both flags here probably. And then he can follow up in the center, which still is weak. Hubert just moving forward his Ustase. I mean, yeah, he kind of can do that, because there's nothing here to prevent him from doing it. He has to be careful though. Relay coming in. The open here, it's ground attacking on this though. But he moves forward because it doesn't have line of sight from there. So yeah, sometimes it's just really annoying. Like, everybody knows he wants it at the edge of the forest, but I don't think that he wants it to move forward that far. It's still reasonable actually. But if there was a pack 40, he could now be killed. That's the issue. 13-11 now, as Koenig grabs this flag, kills off the 20 mil, and Eustasia are really not gonna hold on well against the CQC energy here. If they manage to kill the Kosakan pioneer, then it's okay, because the Brandenburger can win. 2-on-1, it should lose, unless he manages to kill off one of these with his first burst. I don't know if they're that though. Doesn't look like it, so it's probably gonna go down. Oh no, it has thrown his grenade just before that. So, still goes down though. So yeah, that was to be expected. 14-10 now again as he grabs this flag with his 2 Ustase. Really nice push there. It looks like he's just trying to find some flags somewhere. I mean, he kind of has to, because he's lost this one now. And he needs to stay on the 13-11 if he wants to win this. Velcho coming in. The problem is there's AA everywhere now, so it's not really going to get through. And there's no real AA to protect this. And down he goes. The Veltro, it doesn't have, like, I think it has low resilience. So the Focke-Wulf with a good loadout, medium resilience, will win head-on. Like, you don't want to head-on the Focke-Wulf. And Koenig happily takes this fight, of course. Because he knows that he will win this. Panzer IV against Panzer 35S, not really a good fight for the 35S. Don't know what it's spotted now. The Panzer IV once again, still not going to win. It's just going to move past. Panzer IV unfortunately can't see long enough. Pack 38 is... can hit the Panzer IV from there. Hubert nicely stabilizing though here. Just, he knows that he cannot really get back in here now, so he just needs to make sure that he can hold this flag. Schrumpinier should not win against the Brandenburger Pioneer and the Brandenburg itself. 12-12 now, so Koenig has stabilized. And yeah, the Ju-87 is just not going to do much. Oh, but Focke-Wulf goes down. This is bad. It was just flying around for too long and constantly being tickled by this 20 mil until it eventually died. Koenig though pushing up nicely here up north, so he's re-grabbed this. Looks like some counterbat to kill off his howitzer that he had here. Yeah, the SK-18 light looks like, and these 105s still alive. Not being used now. They really should be. Like, if he can spam this flotilla, he actually can grab that flag back. Just by keeping everything there suppressed. But Koenig has stabilized, and I think there's plenty of time for him to get back in. It's 20 minutes left. Problem is, he really needs to flip this now. And I think if he really focuses on grabbing these 3 flags here, which I think he should be able to get, then this might very well be possible. But he needs the 59 soon, otherwise it's not going to work. Because, I mean, now both players' income are throttled. Koenig has the advantage for a little bit, but that will equal out eventually. I think around the 40-minute mark, Vanguard will have equaled out. So there's that. Still Brandenburgers to be called in though. So I guess I was wrong when I assumed that Hubert is going to run out of his infantry relatively early. Then again, we're not even 30 minutes into the game yet, so that might change. You do see, maybe he's getting low though, because now all of a sudden we see a lot of machine guns coming in. That's usually a sign that you realize that you don't have that much infantry, and you kind of have to start to supplement now with other things. Koenig now pushing forward though, so he's going for this. Really, really nice. I mean, he has cleared this out with his Grille and his Jagdpanzer, his Panzer IV, And now he decides to go for this. He sneaks the Panzerschreck there, which is also really nice to see. So looks like he's finally realized that a center is actually very, very pushable for him. And truthfully, if you have a nice little mix of support here, you can push this flag realistically. It's not super easy to keep. Oh, but the IG-18 gets the kill on that Yakpin. That might have been a deciding moment here, because he needs to wait for this to get in now, and the LG-42 is working on that now. And all of this might actually get sprayed down by the MG42 if it now reveals itself, because now would be the time. Clearly goes on. Yeah, that's devastating. That's really bad. Hubert, meanwhile, managed to get into this with his B-35. Koenig could just move forward to Panzerschreck, but for now it gives Hubert the 1311 that he needs to get back. And now he starts artillerying, like focusing his artillery on this, which is what he needs to do. It's also in radio range, so it should land decently accurately. And once this is pinned, this will flip the flag back, of course. Now Koenig can do the same thing with his mortar, really, but he has stopped. Yeah, looks like this push here was dismantled. Now there's a Brandenburger here, and the cover difference will mean that this wins, especially if all of this gets pinned by these two units. The nice little setup there by Hubert. 14-10 still, as he regrabs his flag up there. Koenig, yeah, Koenig unfortunately just has failed to grab this, and now he's really struggling. The Brandenburger proved to be a little bit of an issue. He regrabbed that one now, though. Yeah, problem is with no support weapons left, this Brandenburg can just sit here, and it's going to be a major issue. 81mm mortar now going after this blob right there. Makes absolute sense. Koenig could just bring something in here once this is pinned now, and then he can move in. Problem is it needs to happen fast, because 1311 is, of course, still there, and he needs to equal out. Gebirgs Fusilier has pushed forward. It doesn't affect the front line, but it can still kill off this Panzergrenadier, and it's going to be crucial. And right now there's nothing here that can actually deal with that Brandenburg. So yeah, I mean, Koenig has just lost a lot of armor here, and then all the units that were sitting there. He was preparing nicely for a push back in, but unfortunately it was just not well enough secured off, so that Hubert managed to, you know, with these units, kill all of that and secure this for now. Artillery now going after the 81mm once again. It hasn't been moved in a while, so it might actually get the kill. Guerrilla is out of ammo. It's not sitting next to the ammo though, so it's not gonna actually get resupplied, which is an issue. 20mm here still alive. Now we're getting killed off by the Panzerluft. Oh, that's big. Brandenburger here died. There's one left, but this Brandenburger can be killed off, and then Koenig will be able to claim this flag. Units pouring in now. There's more Brandenburger. I felt like he's used all of them, but apparently he hasn't. Wow. Now those stars are coming in. So Koenig's window of opportunity just to drive something in there kind of gone, unfortunately. I mean, it was never really there because there was the support weapon here. And this LG-42 could have had something to say as well. But I still would say that overall this was a possibility. Ammo got killed. That's bad. Like, the possibility was definitely there. Like, I mean, I do get why he didn't do it, because he didn't know where if there's an AT gun somewhere, and if you just drive things there, just gonna die. But I think slowly poking forward and then moving it would have been something that would have been possible. Or at least, I don't know, I personally would just probably just put two, like, flamethrower into these two flanks, like one here and, like, one right here. Because then you have to kind of force Blue's hand on in trying to get this back, or at least if Blue then pushes right hard and at the flank, you still get to keep these flags. So I don't know, it's just what I like to do a lot on red side, and I don't really get what you have to lose by just using two flamethrowers like that. But apparently Koenig decided that this was not really the way for him to go, and since, yeah, he couldn't really get off the 13-11, Hubert takes this victory. I mean, looking at the trades, it wasn't super, like, it was close. Like, Hubert was up close to 400 points, and that doesn't matter. Like, it's not that it doesn't matter, but like in the grand scheme of things, like you can still win by being down 400 points in trades, but being in a nice position. Problem is Hubert really, like, he pushed in, then he turtled up, and Koenig just wasn't able to get in. And Hubert just kept poking a little bit to make sure that Koenig wasn't really able to get back in at all. So really, really nice game there. I do feel like I miss a lot of things there, so I'm really sorry. I was not the best card. Like there was, I don't know. I felt like we missed a lot of crucial moments every time we looked at the other flanks. So that's kind of sad. But yeah, I don't know. I'm usually careful with criticizing players that are very obviously better than me. But I'm still very shocked that Koenig did not try to go for the center, even though the front line like kind of let him know also that there wasn't really that much there. Um, so yeah, interesting decision there. Looking at the kills, I mean Koenig's, I mean yeah, Koenig shot a lot of planes down. Like Hubert was really careless with his planes, and Koenig took advantage of it. Just wasn't enough, unfortunately. 81 mil did some work. Panzer 4. I mean, the Panzer 4 was effective. He killed a lot of things. Just was all rather cheap. What else? Yeah, not that many units that did super great, but a lot that did decent, and that accounts for a lot of. And that really, that adds up. 47 mil. Yeah, this SPW 47 actually uh, performed quite nicely. So surprised to see it go that well. I haven't really used that before because I don't really play Russell, and I don't know how many other divisions there are that use this thing. Not that many, I don't think. Brandenburger, I mean, yeah, this is just such a strong unit. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, you pay for it. You pay for what you get, but it's such a strong unit. This thing, I mean, yeah, against light armor, this thing is going super well. So the half tracks, of course, were basically free real estate there. On the 47 mil, kill a lot of things actually. Maybe they were sitting out in the open or it sniped the transports. I don't know. 105, yeah. I mean, killed the SK-18 and killed the 81 mil mortar. That's really devastating. And those were crucial tools, and Koenig was using them well. Yeah, that one was just so bad. Like that this thing managed to get through. And if you go and look back, I've seen this later, but I was busy talking about other things, so I didn't really comment on it. If you go back to look, you can see that the mobile wagon was actually there. The problem is it was behind a forest, so you couldn't actually see the Ju-87 until it was too late. That was really bad. The LG towards the end really cleaned up. Like I mean, Hubert positioned it really nicely. But I have to admit, like it hit the Panzer IV rather quickly. It hit the Guerrilla and the other Panzer IV really quickly. So Hubert also got a lot of luck there with this thing hitting so well. Like this could have gone the other way as well, and then Koenig would have probably have been able to move in there. I would have changed the outcome of this game probably. Maybe not. I'm not sure, but it definitely could have. Like the potential was there. But yeah, great game to both players. Was nice to see. I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. And yeah, thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.